Visited PoE2 new patch changes. No, I should check that. I'm scared though. They did not buff a single thing about my class. All right, let's see this.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
Please, Jonathan,
Well,
please
we're back
buff
from our
witch
break.
hunters.
We've been playing the game a whole lot, and we've been reading a whole lot of feedback as well. So it's time to assess and work.
You know, I will say this. If they didn't buff witch hunters, it's because it's exactly like that statistic showed. Remember when we saw the statistic of top 1,000 players and their class spread? And there were like fucking 3 witch hunters? You know, we want to know why if they don't change witch hunters or buff them. It's because nobody's playing it, so nobody's fucking complaining about it. Because nobody's fucking playing the class.
Work out what we're going to do next. Now, later this week we'll be releasing PoE2 0.1.1. This is a patch designed to address the concerns that we can address relatively quickly, without needing to create a new league or a new economy just yet. In this video we'll be going over some of the issues we've identified, and what we're planning on doing about them. It's worth stressing that just because a specific issue isn't on this list doesn't mean that we're not aware of it or that it isn't going to get addressed. It just means that we either can't fix the problem quickly, or we can't do so without the need for a
Surely
new
they
economy.
fixed something about armor.
One of the major
and
areas that needs a lot of
how
attention is the base
broken
experience
energy
of
shield
mapping.
is.
We've made a lot of changes here. First, in-game maps have received a balance pass to the number of monsters, number of chests, number of magical rare monsters, number of essences, strongboxes, and precursor artifacts. You should generally find maps more rewarding than before. Maps generally specialize in one or more of these elements that they will be particularly rewarding in. Now, towers are a thing that's very important for players to run often, but we only had one of them. We wanted to add more variety here as soon as possible, so we've added 4 more tower maps.
Cool.
Alpine Ridge.
Does anyone give a shit
Sinking
about
Spire.
tower?
Bluff. And Mesa. We've also redone the existing Lost Towers map to make playing there less boring. We're now also spawning more maps with bosses. The rate was
Lil
intended
bro,
to be 1 in
instead of
4
crying
maps,
about
when in
Witch
reality
Hunter
the rate was much lower
24/7
due to
just
some maps being
3-year-old
unable
class
to spawn
already.
bosses.
You would have
We've
been
increased
in
the rate to
endgame
compensate
again
for this
ages
issue,
ago if
so
you
we can
weren't
get
such a
actual
masochist,
intended
Tom.
No.
We're also adding a new type of tablet that allows you to add bosses to your maps with its own mod pool. Strongboxes also needed some love. They now spawn monsters faster, have a less annoying fog effect, and have also received changes to the timings and effects of the
Thank
mod.
God, nobody liked that stupid ass fog effect.
Now, let's talk about visibility of effects. Many maps had too much clutter, preventing effects on the ground from rendering, causing you to be unable to see and dodge them. We both changed the level of clutter on some maps, and has changed some effects to make sure that they are always visible. In addition, elemental explosion effects have had visibility improved. Stick around for longer before they explode, and disappear without exploding if a rare monster dies. Volatile plants are also way easier to see before they explode.
Holy shit, they've shown like every fucking class like 3 times now, and they haven't showed Witch Hunter or Mercenary once. They don't even like the class in the fucking patch preview. Are you fucking real?
Now we've also increased the zoom level on the Atlas, done a pass on various terrain collision issues in many maps. We've also improved the load times of opening the world map and Atlas panel. And we also now show the biome of a map on the hover for it. For other in-game content systems, we're focusing on getting all the rewards in line with what they should be. For Delirium, we recently fixed a bug which caused Delirium monsters to just not
Nah, I refuse to believe. Surely in the 4 more minutes they will show Mercenary ones.
spawn after the starting part. And we've also buffed the rate of simulacrums.
I
dropping
bet
by
you
20%
it is. They're gonna
to
show
make it more in
Mercenary,
line
but it's
with
not
the
even
rate
gonna
of
be
finding
Witch
the
Hunter. It's gonna be
expedition
fucking
ritual bosses.
Gemling.
For Ritual, we've made Omens now appear in the
Still no
Ritual
Witch
tribute
Hunter.
window 60% more often.
Still no Mercenary.
For Expedition, we've improved the rarity from the shops, but we'll be wanting to make some more substantial changes to the rewards for this league later on. Now, one of the major concerns that we're often seeing is that getting to play Pinnacle content just takes too long, and that when you do finally get there, you only get 1 attempt and don't get a chance to learn the boss.
True.
In order to address these concerns, we're making the following changes. First, we're making the Citadel spawn closer to the center of the Atlas, and we've also added an effect so you can see them in the fog of war from further away. This makes them much
Oh.
easier to find.
Okay.
To address the problem of only having 1 attempt, on the Arbiter of Ash you will now get up to 6 respawn attempts.
Oh.
Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put in the keys, and everyone on your party will be respawned at the same time.
Okay, low key. That's extremely generous. 6? Damn, they should have just kept it at like 2.
Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you'll still need to fight the boss with the build you walked into the map with. Higher difficulties of the boss will lower the number of respawn attempts you get, but you should know the mechanics of the fight by then, right?
Clueless.
Now, we'll also be adding respawns to other Pinnacle content as well over time. Another thing that players have noticed is that there are less keys from Faradin Citadels on the market, and thought that it was because the Citadel spawns less often. It turns out though that this is just because the boss kills players more often than the others. We've made a few changes to that boss to bring it in line with the other bosses. A lot of people have reported that many of our unique items are feeling underwhelming. Uniques are often designed to be build enabling at high levels, even if they're low level uniques. But we realized that we do need to make sure that
Oh my god. It's a crossbow class. Which one is it?
more uniques feel powerful when you first get them at low levels
Is
too.
Gemling or Witch Hunter?
In this patch we are buffing a lot of uniques. These changes should make finding uniques at lower levels too.
I can't
In this
tell.
patch we are buffing a lot of uniques. These changes should make finding uniques at lower levels a lot more fun, and make subsequent character playthroughs more fun too when you have some great uniques to use. We're also changing a few other things to make finding rares better at higher levels too. First, we're changing mod weightings a bit to make sure that there are less bad mods. Another fix is making high tier items no longer cull the highest tier modifier of a given mod type. This bug caused bows and crossbows to not spawn with attack speed at tier 5 rarity, and rings to not spawn with life at tier 5 rarity. Another change we're making is to make it so that socketables such as runes can now be overwritten with another socketable. Now, as we continue to play, we still find many balance anomalies with specific monsters or bosses that can be nasty if you encounter them. This patch contains a
Energy shield. I ran into a fucking pinnacle boss. Or not a pinnacle boss. It was one of the Citadel bosses. And it had extra energy shield. And I didn't have enough fucking mana to fucking get through
task
the energy
adjusting
shield.
a large number of those monsters and bosses. We'll save the full list for the patch notes, but there are a significant number of changes here that should address many cases where monsters or bosses felt too hard in certain circumstances. Here are a few examples to get a taste of what kind of changes you can expect. The Silverfist Commander role now does a lot less damage. Plague Bearers Detonate Dead can no longer be used from off-screen and has better telegraphing. Forsaken Miners throw less grenades, have improved visuals, and deal less damage. And Lost Men Zealots can no longer meteor you from off-screen either, as well as many other changes just like those. One of the big issues for players on consoles is that the web-based item filter system is currently not working. This means that they can't use item filters like the PC users can. For
Imagine playing on
0.1.1
console.
will be enabling the same system that
Ew,
PoE 1 has,
30
which allows you to
FPS.
subscribe to item filters on the website.
Yucky.
For now, this will be done on the PoE 1 website to allow us to get this feature out as fast as possible. Later on, we'll improve the user experience of this and put it on the Path of Exile 2 website. This patch also contains a bunch of other smaller changes and bug fixes that I'm sure you guys will appreciate, like buffing armor and scavenged plating,
Oh my god.
showing the number of uses left in
Oh my god. It's another mercenary.
your charms, as well as an effect when they trigger,
The song of the exiles.
fixing the music that Una was supposed to play in town, and plenty of other little fixes and improvements
Damn.
throughout the game. Now,
Hey, go
we have a
just on my
huge amount
TV. They
of
go
much
for
more
the
meta-shifting
13
changes that we know we want to
gigantic
make.
raiders. Welcome.
And one of the best things
welcome.
about having the game in early access with the endgame is that we now have a much better idea of where we want character power to be and what the balance of bosses and monsters should be relative to that. But those types of changes are going to have to wait until we are ready to make a new league with a new economy for people to play in.
Oh, fuck you.
That's still a little while away yet, but in the meantime we'll be continuing to identify things that are causing frustration and try and address them. I want to thank you guys for playing and hope to be doing more of these in the future.
There's no way you fucking motherfuckers don't buff Witch Hunter. Like, come on, man. Yeah, replaceable sockets is pretty fucking big. I don't know. They had a Q&A section. Did they ever talk about witch hunters? No? Well, then I don't care. 'Cause I think I just have to accept my class is just dog shit. Why would they? I don't know. I feel like the health of a game depends on every class being viable in their own way. But maybe I'm just crazy. What is bro complaining about witch hunters? That the investment you need to put into the class for it to fucking get to a level that is like remotely comparable to other classes in terms of currency investment is just ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Were there any optimizations for bugs and crashes? I guess. We don't know. We don't see the full list there. Maybe if you bought one of the keys to make a custom item. Yeah, shut the fuck up. They're doing balances on official launch. Meta gets the big changes on leagues. Witch Hunter just doesn't have much good shit. Deadeye makes a better crossbow class than Witch Hunter. Exactly, that's why I'm saying the fucking ascendancy needs to be redone. Like, legitimately, the ascendancies are so useless. Do you know what my ascendancy tree looks like in Path of Exile 2? Okay, so this is what my skill tree looks like on my Witch Hunter right now. So, I take Decimating Strike and Calling Strike, and then I take this for the explosives, and then every other fucking notable is dog shit. So you know what I take? I take these two fucking small nodes. Can you also, this shit isn't even good. This shit's only good for clearing trash. So like, I'm only taking this to just like fucking kill trash faster, but I one-shot them anyway, so it's pointless. So like, I'm forced to just take a bunch of garbage filler nodes because these literally make your class worse. Sorcery node, Sorcery Ward literally gives you 50% less armor and evasion rating. What? For what? For a fucking little spell shield that only blocks elemental hits? When 90% of the fucking damage in this game are physical, so they don't fucking get blocked. Like, and then this concentration shit is the most worthless fucking garbage because you can get more damage from a single fucking node in the skill tree than an entire ascendancy fucking progression. Like, what? Like, Jesus, man. It's just fucking stupid. Anyways, this is arguably GG's only flaw. They do forget about shit or they do nothing about it. Melee was bad for the majority, if not almost all of PoE1. There was maybe a few viable melee builds. I don't know about that. All I know is fucking they're just like, it seems like GGG is just fucking mage fanboys. They just like mages. Always make fucking mages good and then don't give a shit about any other class. I just realized your class, the only ascendancy, has negative passives. Just reroll already. Summary for this. Let me see here. Witch Hunter. Nope. Mercenary. Nope. Okay. There's only one thing about Energy Shield in this entire fucking TLDR. Really? They don't think it needs to be nerfed? Donkeys? Fucking mage shrimps. I'm telling you, the developers are goddamn mage sims. They just fucking love mages. They're not doing nerfs. They should. They should fucking make Energy Shield the most worthless fucking piece of shit in the game. Real. True. Fuck mages. Armor is still shit until new league? No, I think they said they're making adjustments to armor with this patch. We just need to wait for the actual patch notes, unfortunately.